Hi friends, thanks for watching this video. This is going to be my second lecture on polity. Previous lecture was based on Comptroller and Auditor General of India, and I'm very thankful that the moment I uploaded, a lot of people started watching it, and I have received a lot of positive feedback on it. So my mission is to provide as much as good material to all the aspirants so that they don't have to depend on costly coaching centers to score good at marks. So these, again I'll repeat, this all notes has been prepared by me through Lakshmikant, which is very renowned book for polity preparation, and I have targeted to prepare a note so that your both prelims and mains should be covered at one slot. So today we'll be covering Attorney General of India. So since this is a constitutional post, Constitution through Article 76 provides this provision of this position, and it is one of the highest. One thing you have to remember is in polity, you need to be very much clear on the key points. First key point is which article of the Constitution has given any position or any clauses, and again some of the terms and conditions with every clause. It needs to be clear for everybody. So suppose like Attorney General of India, examination it may come in prelims, like they'll give you an article number, can be wrong or right, and you need to be just identified whether it's correct or not. So polity subject don't read for 1 hour or 2 hours at a slot, because that is totally inefficient. What happens is our brain psychology works in that way that 20 minutes our focus is at highest level. So try to read in a 20-minute slot, and that's why I'm putting all videos in 20 minutes slot, so that you'll be able to recall all the minute things in the documents. So we can just highlight this key point is it's the highest law officer in the country. Second is we need to understand if the position is there, that position has to be appointed by somebody. Since it's the highest law officer, so it should be appointed in a constitutional post. The appointment is done by President. Again, who can be the best person? The person best is either one person which is employed as a judge or a jurist or advocate. So condition has been put up is if he is qualified to be appointed as a judge of Supreme Court. First criteria. Second is this one thing is very common is if you're going for a constitutional post, is very common that he should be a citizen of India. So no need to remember it that level, but see the important things where UPSC can play their U factor. So here one more condition is he must be a judge of some high court for 5 years. Always remember, judge means less tenure and advocate means more tenure. So, and if it's advocate, then 10 years. Got it? Or an eminent jurist, but who will say he's eminent or not? So the Constitution has given provision is if he is eminent jurist, but he should be in the opinion of President. Now, one thing is like in the CAG case, his term was fixed for 6 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. In this case, there is the term of the office is not fixed. Very much clear. So, and also since term is not fixed, Constitution is also very vague here to give a ground of the removal. And so since there is no ground for removal, it is left on the mercy or pleasure of President. So pleasure of President means still he find him as a suitable candidate. So since it is on the pleasure of President, this means that he may be removed by the President at any time. Also, he may quit by submitting a resignation to the President. So this, while reading this constitutional and non-constitutional body, always remember who is the appointing body and to whom he can submit the resignation letter. And if he is getting removed, what is the procedure of removal and any conditions put up for removal. Now, conventionally, generally what happens is, since the term is not fixed and mostly it is a ruling party or the party who is in government favored position, so conventionally it is followed is whenever the Council of Ministers resign, that means government is wrapping up, at that time he will be replaced. And also when new government comes, he will be appointed on its advice. And same like his tenure is not fixed, his remuneration is also not fixed by the constitution. So same like pleasure of president, in remuneration case also it's determined by president as and when required. Now, what are his duties and functions? Since he is the highest lawmaking body appointed by the government of India for the government of India, so his main task is to give advice to GOI, Government of India. Since it's a legal body, he will be advising on the legal matter, not on financial matters. Always remember. And second is to perform such other duties. Suppose it's legal matter, but sort of a legal matter, but at least that duty should be of legal character. And assigned by, who will assign that task? Not Prime Minister. It should be assigned by President. Also, to discharge the functions conferred on him by the Constitution. Or if Constitution gives him some function directly, that comes under his purview. Fourth is, there are some other things assigned as a duty to him to Attorney General, is whenever Government of India has to appear in a Supreme Court, so he will appear on behalf of Government of India in Supreme Court. Very much clear? Also, to represent the Government of India in any references made by the President to the Supreme Court. So if President says any reference gives, so as referred by President for Government of India in Supreme Court, Article 143 says that, so in this case he will represent Government of India in the cases referred by the President. And third is to appear when required by Government of India in any high court as well. So I'll not highlight this portion, I'll highlight this portion. So always remember when we'll be watching this video again and again, first time you hear complete things what I'm explaining, a second time just see the highlighted portion. I think that will be enough for revision before any exam, either state services exam or UPSC exam. Now prelims is going to become very near. I think you can use in spite of revision things, you can just watch this video. I for sure, if questions comes on constitutional body, I'm 99% sure it will not come out outside of this notes been prepared for these classes. Again, what are his rights and limitations? So in the performance of his official duties, so Attorney General has a right to audience, means he can be audience in any courts in the territory of India. So audience in all the courts of the territory of India. Okay, and also he has a right to speak and take part in participations in both the houses or in joint sitting of the Parliament. Very much clear. He can take part, he can speak in the 80 sittings of Parliament or joint sittings of Parliament. But there is a clause here. But he has no right to vote because he is not elected by the people of India. Because India is a sovereign country. He enjoys all the privilege and immunities similarly like member of Parliament. Clear? Now there are some limitations because Attorney General has been given some of the limitations to avoid a lot of complication and conflict of the duty. First is, he should not advise anything or he should not brief anything anywhere against the Government of India. Since he is appointed by the Government of India, he cannot brief against Government of India. It's very common, obvious. He is elected by the President on the pleasure of Presidents. So for sure he is recommended by the Government of India, and if he start briefing against Government of India, his position may not be continuing henceforth. Also, he should not advise or brief in cases in which Government of India is the other party. Clear? Also, he should not defend accused person who are in criminal prosecutions. First thing is, he will not brief against Government of India. Neither he will advise or hold a brief in cases in which government of India is other party. Third is any criminal prosecution he will not defend without the permission of government of India. And he should not accept appointment as a director in any company or corporation without the permission of government of India. However, Attorney General is not a full-time counsel of the government. So he is not a full-time counsel of the government. That is why he does not fall under the category of government servants. But that is why this provision has been given is though he is appointed by the government of India, he is not debarred from private legal practices. Got it? So since he is the highest legal body, he should be supported by some other legal bodies to work in day-in-day operation, because the intensity or the amount of legal activities that have happened at the level of government of India is huge. So to support that, there are two roles available. One is Solicitor General of India and Additional Solicitor General of India. So they are also other law officers of government of India. So I already mentioned there is Solicitor General of India and Additional Solicitor General of India. Then he assists AG in the fulfillment of its official assist as Attorney General of India. And it should be noted here that only the office of AG, so actually if you read the Article 76 of the Constitution, it only gives provision for Attorney General of India. And out of the practice, it has been created two roles to support him on his Solicitor General of India and Additional Solicitor General of India. But actually in Constitution, there is no uses of that word Solicitor General of India and Additional Solicitor General of India. So in other words, Article 76 does not mention about Solicitor General. Also, Attorney General is not a member of Central Cabinet, because he's a mule like a member of Parliament, but he's not representing the people of India. That's why he's not in Central Cabinet. And there is a separate law minister in the Central Cabinet to look after the legal matters at the government level. So actually legal matters can be taken up by the Central Cabinet only. Similarly, it's very easy to remember is now this is at the Government of India central level, where there is Attorney General of India supported by Solicitor General of India and Additional Solicitor General India, and that is supported by Article 76. Similarly, since India is a federal country, this provision was given to states also. So state, you need to remember there's a difference. Most of the roles are same, but article you need to be very much clear here Article 165 creates the position of Advocate General for the states. Similarly, now everything is same. Only thing in place of President here is Governor. Got it? So here also highest law officer in the state, which is pretty simple. He is also appointed by Governor. Then he should be appointed as a judge. Their central level Supreme Court. In this case, he should be qualified to be appointed as a judge of High Court. Second, terms and conditions are same. He should be as a judicial. He must hold office for a judicial office for 10 years. Got it? Or held as an advocate for High Court for 10 years. Got it? Similarly, their difference is that in case of Solicitor General, it's 5 years. Here it is 10 years. The term of office for the Advocate General is not, because it's a High Court is only the condition. That's why the terms of the office of Advocate General is not fixed by Constitution. Similar, there's no change, and there is no ground for removal as well. This also they hold position till the pleasure of Governor, and this means that he can be removed by the Governor at any time. So here also same like in center, conventionally whenever government changes, Advocate General of State also changes. Very normal. And he receives remuneration as the Governor may determine. So for examination purpose, if you want to remember, if you study central level, just you need to be known like in central level, there is state level, it's High Court. Again, there is state level governments, So state level is a governor, central level is a president. So this only minute things changes. So as a chief legal law officer of the government, he will also, same conditions have been put up here, is he cannot he can advise government of India in the legal matters in the Supreme Court. Also on the reference of president, he attends in the Supreme Court to defend government of India, government of state, as proposed by governor. Sorry, here every case is a governor, referred by is also governor. Also he will discharge, same like he has right to speak in legislative assembly or in both the houses, whichever state it is applicable, but he has no right to vote here as well. And he enjoys all the privileges and immunities that are available to a member of state legislative assembly. So here is complete notes that we studied is Advocate General of India, Solicitor General of India, Additional Solicitor General of India, and Attorney General of India. I'm 100% sure most of the questions which had been asked previous year, you can easily answer by reading these notes. Thank you all for attending this lecture.